show. And now I'm headed over to the kitchen where Chef Robert Cillizza is back from City Dock Restaurant. Josh Haw can't hide from the camera either. He's going to talk beverages with us this morning. But first, we're making she crab soup. Welcome back. Happy holidays.
Same to you. Same to your family.
You've got the big soup pots out
Big soup pots. Well, we got, this is the she crab soup that we use for the Homerama, which we won the award for, you know, the best food in Virginia.
Good way to slip that in. Congratulations again before I forget.
So please pay attention because it's a one-time shot.
Okay.
You can make it at home and you don't have to go out and buy it frozen.
It is a world-famous recipe. I know.
World-famous, right.
I know you would never recommend buying that frozen soup. All right, so the first thing, we got a lot of butter melting here.
A lot of butter. We got the onions. We got the celery. Carrots.
Okay, make a little colorful.
Yes.
A little chopped bell pepper.
Just to mix it up, give it a little bit more flavor.
Okay.
And then once we get that going, just to get that sweated so it sort of softens up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you're not trying to caramelize anything here.
No,
you're just trying to try to...
This is actually one of the chowders, you know, one of the better chowders that we use.
Chowder.
Yep, and it's really good. Then we have crab base. You can buy that anywhere. The best one to get is Miners.
Okay.
And you can get that any store, Farm Fresh or Harris Teeter, anybody. They have it.
What is it?
It's all the crab leftovers that they grind up in puree, and you get the full flavor of all the crab that's here.
Okay.
And that's put in. You can see how pretty that's coming.
Right.
And then we put Old Bay. Okay, now, of course, all the measurements. At the hotel, we make it 150 orders at a time.
Yeah.
So we're talking gallons and cases of what I'm doing. So this is broken down to just maybe enough for maybe 12 to 15 people.
Do you guys have one of those big pots that's on the stand like
well, we use the kettle that we use.
And stuff, right?
Yes, The crab meat, of course, is jumbo lump. You can see how big and nice it is.
Right.
And
but not going in yet.
And then heavy cream. And then we go ahead and put the sherry in. Now, sherry, everybody loves sherry.
It's Carrie.
Sherry. This is sherry.
Okay, just kidding.
But they love Carrie, too.
I really should have learned not to attempt humor when you're around.
And then you put that in. Now, if some people will say to you, can we have some more sherry after it's cooked, don't give it to them because you've got to cook it off. If you don't, then it's going to taste bitter and it's going to overpower whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Now we're going to let that simmer and come to a boil. And once we do that, then I guess while we're waiting for that, we can say what happened in Italy yesterday.
Oh, I've been dying to know.
I mean, you have to know what happened. My aunt and uncle, they always, every year he gets a little bit drunk, and they have the holiday party, and he always gets stopped by the police. So they called yesterday and says, can you send us some money to pay for the ticket, because you know your uncle got caught again. And I said, what did he do this time? He said, well, he was arguing that we were late for the party. Of course, he was already feeling no pain. We got in the car and we drove, and he went down a one-way street. So the cops stopped him. The police are called Cavaliers in Italy. So they got stopped, and they pulled him over, and the cop says, what are you doing? Where are you going? He said, I tried to tell my wife if she didn't hurry up, we'd be late. Look, everyone's coming back already. So that's what. So that was a couple $100 fine. That
was a good try, though. You got to give us some style points there for at least coming up with a good story for the police officer. And you always get the points for coming up with another fabulous story from your family in Italy there. I'm telling you what, I can't imagine the long-distance bills in the Cillizza household. All right, in goes the cream right as our producer is telling us to move along. So Chef Robert is going to keep adding the cream, and then we'll catch up on what happens next when we come back to cook. All right, we're back in the kitchen with the executive master chef of the City Dock Restaurant at the Sheraton Waterside. Robert Cillizza is back making the she crab soup, the award-winning she crab soup.
Yes.
It did take a big award from Homerama this year.
Yes, it did.
So now you know how to make it at home, and we're going to finish telling us how you do this, and then I don't want to forget that you're making the chocolate marble cheesecake today too. Okay, so when we left our hero, you were just starting to put the cream in.
Cream's in now. It's all coming to a boil, so we're going to go ahead and add the cornstarch. You can use butter and flour if you want as a roux to do that. I prefer cornstarch. It's better. Now, keep in mind, whenever you use cornstarch, whenever you're mixing it, you must use a cold liquid with it. Okay?
Cold. What will happen if it's hot?
It'll turn to cement right in front of you.
Okay.
It won't move at all.
Okay.
So, but if you're using a cream base like a chowder, always use a cream to mix up the cornstarch.
I need to call a timeout here.
Okay.
What happens when we put it in the hot soup?
Then it thickens. It sort of blends. It tempers as you go along.
All right, but because you're mixing it with cold first before it goes in there, you're
going to
like a slow release.
Right.
Okay, I get it now. Time in.
Now, now if we go ahead and we're going to use, like you're making a gravy, you use a water base, then you use water to mix it with ice cold water.
Okay.
But never put water into a cream base. It's going to break your cream down.
Okay, we don't want that.
So you don't want to do that. So you just go ahead and start adding your cream, and you mix it in until you get it where it's nice and creamy. And then when it gets to the point where you're all set, then you just go ahead and add it in, which I've already done already.
But you're just showing us how, because
Just
you're a
showing us
nice
how
guy.
to do it. Yes.
Okay.
And then I thought, you know, suppose the day comes when you're sick and you're not here.
That could happen.
Then what do I do?
I don't know.
So I say, what do we do now, Chef? Well, next we're going to move over to this side. So then I would come around this side here. And I'd say,
you're being mean now?
I'd
Is
say,
that what
thank
you're
you.
doing?
And now what we're going to do now, Chef? Now we're going to go ahead and turn the mixer on. And then we start. See?
Okay. See? I could just leave right now. All right, I'm guessing you're using the Italian cream cheese.
Absolutely. Now, you don't have to use this. You don't have to use ricotta. But if your cheesecake comes out and it tastes terrible, don't call me up and say, why did I followed your directions? Why didn't it come out right?
He can lead you to water, you know?
And then you add your nice vanilla extract in there.
And again, Chef Robert can do this in his sleep, but if you are looking for the exact measurements and the ingredients, have no fear. We're going to put it all at the HamptonRoadshow.com a little later on this morning if you are going to make the Italian marble cheesecake for the first time or the chic crab soup.
And then you let it work its way in, and then you're going to use 1.5 cups of sugar that we put in.
I see we've got a little cinnamon here. And what's that? That's flour?
That's flour to add just to thicken it together.
Okay. It's good that after a year I recognize flour in a bowl over here in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen.
That's good, see?
Could have been powdered sugar or cornstarch.
Right. And we just keep on blending it in. And then what we're going to do after we're done is we're going to take 3/4 of it out. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to use cocoa powder to put it back into the batter to make the marble that we use, okay? Don't ever use this here to mix it in to make marble. I mean, it's easier.
Right.
But remember, this is a liquid. And we're trying to keep this thick so it'll cook. This will break it down.
So that's how they do it.
Yeah. So, you know, when you make a marble cake at home, sometimes you just pour that in and you wonder why your cake...
Sometimes you do that all the time, don't you? Now we know better. That's what it's about. We learn a better way. We move forward. All right, we're going to let you finish up that.
Thank you.
Back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with the executive master chef of City Dock Restaurant, Robert Cillizza, is back. The crab soup pretty much finished.
Almost finished, yes.
And you're going to tell us your secret to plating the crab soup when it's time.
When it's time.
But right now, I know there's something else you want to show us about the cheesecake.
Yeah, what we've done now is, as I said, leave a little bit left in the bowl. Go ahead and put your cocoa powder in and mix it. And then this is fun because, you know, sometimes you can have kids go ahead and swirl it around like they do at home. You know,
so I'm trying to like mix it together.
Just swirl it around and just...
This part?
Yeah, just mix it in with the white.
Okay.
And then that'll turn out to be a marble like you do when you have a cake at home.
Okay.
But I usually let all the kids do it, so you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad I'm on that level. Can't believe Antonio didn't laugh at that one. He laughed on the inside.
And that's good. There it is.
That's it. Now stop it.
That's
Is
it.
that what you're
and
saying?
it's ready to go into the oven at 350 for an hour and 20 minutes because you have something else in it. You have two different colors. It'll take longer for the chocolate to cook than the white.
That's not true.
And yes, it is.
You're pulling my leg.
No.
It's really true?
Yes. Chocolate takes longer to cook.
I need to look at someone else's face who I trust here, not you,
It's
Josh.
moist.
I'm just kidding. Antonio, you believe that? You believe that?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, I'm going to believe you.
go.
You're the master chef.
Okay.
All right,
that's
so what do you... Oh, all right, so it goes over
350. It'll go in the
350.
oven for an hour and 20 minutes, and it's ready to come out. And
All
you
right.
have to let it cool.
I'm going to throw this fork in the sink and simultaneously invite Joshua Hahn here to talk about beverages. I know you're a jokester too, just like the master chef. Good to see you again. I also know you're a heck of a bartender. That Christmas cocktail you made last time was fantastic. So what do you got for us as we approach the new year?
Well, to start off with, for the she crab soup, I picked the ZD Chardonnay.
Okay,
From
so
Napa
white
Valley,
wine.
California. I was just talking to Cheryl about that. That's where she wants to go next. So. Full-bodied Chardonnay, a little bit of oak. Just such a well-produced wine.
Okay.
And just goes so well with the she crab. So,
All right,
my
head
favorite.
for the California section if
That's
you're looking
right.
for that. All right,
That's
now
right.
to go with the cheesecake.
And, you know, what to do with those candy canes after they come off the tree.
It's a good
so,
question.
Here we go. A chocolate peppermint martini. Okay.
Sounds good.
Kettle One vodka. Put about an ounce of that in there.
Okay, and this is not the serving glass, you know.
No,
But the
no,
martini
yeah,
glasses
we're
here.
gonna go
This
the
is
martini.
just
Are you ready to shake?
I'm ready. I'll shake it,
okay.
sure.
Rumpelmints, peppermint schnapps. Do an ounce and a half of that.
Okay.
And Godiva chocolate liqueur. So good.
Josh has made this before. All righty.
An ounce
They've
and a
got the
half,
candy
huh?
canes there. Are the candy canes going in the shaker, or are they just our decoration?
No, those are just the garnish today.
Okay.
So
Well, you put the
give it a shot.
peppermint schnapps in there, so
You're an expert.
you good? Well, you let me do this last week.
That's right.
Okay.
And
You
then
can,
what
can you
do?
tell that I'm just trying to shake
Yeah.
this and not everything else?
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
And then easy
Any
shaker, right? Just pop the top off.
With the built-in strainer.
And I bought 2 glasses, one for you and one for Cheryl. So
Okay. Doesn't that look
There you go.
festive? All right, there you go. The chocolate peppermint martini. The recipe for that will be on the website, along with the she crab soup and the cheesecake. All right, and we'll try.